So as you're removing the top cap screws, so removing top cap and the spring. Now he's loosening off the top collar for the top bearing. You don't have to undo the set screws all the way, you just have to loosen them up enough so that they can come up. Here goes the bearing, and now the arm comes up. So now you see the revealed inside mechanism of the gate. First you'll notice this is the panic mechanism below. That stopper there. That one is the one that does the actuating and actually goes inside of the mechanism. That's the stabilizer head. And then that little gizmo right there is what connects the shock to the gate arm. Armando right now is going to remove this mechanism from this post and replace it with another. So first he removes the set screw for the stabilizer head. Then he is removing the set bolts that are holding the panic mechanism into the post. Now the other side. Now he is lowering the mechanism so that he can get that top piece out, because the whole mechanism has to go down and then that top piece to come out, the stabilizer. So to help him out, he's going to move the shock upwards. Now he's lifting the stabilizer head out and turning it to reveal. The stabilizer is manufactured with two flats so that it can fit inside of the cutout, so that it goes inside, okay? So he's disconnected power, and now he's undoing the power for the gate from the control board. Now he can remove the mechanism, lifting it upwards and out. Okay. Now feed the wire up through. There you go. It's all emptied out. Amanda's rewiring, running the wire down now. He's going to have to unfasten it from the floor to get the wire to come out through the bottom again. So now Armando's putting the new one back in. He's got the wire strung out through the bottom. Getting it back in, put the flats in side to side. Yep, and there she goes. Now he has to put it all the way down because he's got to put that top back in again. So he's grabbed that top, there it is. He uses the flats. I'll try and get a better shot of it this time. Uses the flats in there. Yep. Nice. Into position, and then he turns it. Right? Because then once you turn it, then the hole actually lines up. So you can put the mounting screw in there. There it is. Alright. So it's very important to get this one in there first. It helps stabilize the whole thing. Keeps you going in the right direction. So now he has to lift the mechanism up again, because it's all the way down, to get it lined up with the holes. So then he gets that one in there. Okay, excellent. Now we can hook it back up to power and test it before we carry on with putting the arm assembly back on. Okay, now so I pulled this out because this is a very important part. Before we get too carried away, we want to get grease on the nose of that plunger. And you notice how it's just on the nose of it. Not around the outside, just on the nose. So Armando is going to knock the shock back down into place because he lifted it up out of the way. So go ahead, Armando, do that. So now it's down in position. And as you can see, this little clip is half cocked. And this thing pivots up and down like that. And there's a reason for that, and we're about to show you that in a minute or two. And Armando just put the spring in the top, engaged it into that little thing down there. You see that slot down there? That's where that hooks into. Now, he is going to put the arm over top, but he is taking that little piece of shim stock and he's holding that lever up so that it can go down over top of it. As you can see, sometimes it can be tricky. And you pull that piece out so that he's done with it, and now it's on there. Okay, so before we get too carried away, we got the arm on. Now, I want to take the arm off and I want to show you something specifically. So, let's take it off. Take it off for a minute, yeah. Okay, so I want to go inside of the arm. Now, if you look inside, you see there's an inner sleeve. And right inside there, let me just pan in on it. There is a slot. You see that slot? Now that slot is designed to accept this little shock hinge here, right? Which connects that part into there. So I'm going to get Armando to put this back together again. I'm going to step back out of the way. He holds that thing up with that shim stock again. Slides that arm right over top of that. Pulls that out. Puts it flat on the bottom bearing again. Now, theoretically, it should be in place. So what we're going to do is, we're going to take that, can you take that spring out, Armando? Now we're going to look at the shock and move the arm. I want to see that the shock is moving. See how it's moving? That means that we have made the proper connection in there. So that finger is really, of that hinge, is in that slot properly, right down there. Yep, it's turning, no problem. So we're engaged. So now it's just a matter of putting it all back together again. Spring inside, bearing on top, put the set screws in, and again a reminder that the spring is engaged at the top of that shock. And now he puts the top cap in, and let's show the little slot on it on the bottom, just so they can see. There's that little slot. Now that accepts the top of that spring. Okay, so that's what we're doing. And what Armando's going to do is, once he puts that in and he engages that, he's going to turn it, the cap, into the direction of which it swings closed. Right? In this case, the gate swings counterclockwise, so he's going to turn the head counterclockwise one way and put the screw in. So now he has the top cap all screwed into place, and he's about to give it a test to see how it closes. And it doesn't have any pre-tension on it, so he's going to put the hole right inside of there, turn it until it reaches enough force. Now, Amanda, show us exactly what it was you did. There's a hole in the top cap, and he puts an instrument inside of it, and then he turns it in the direction of which it closes, and that increases the tension. Looks good. So there we are. We've got taken our old mechanism out, put our new mechanism in, adjusted the tension, and we're all ready to roll.